morning. Thoughts of the week. The prime language. Been giving a lot of thought to it. The old Tower of Babel stories of the Bible. You have the idea that there was a common language before, and then everyone started speaking in tongues, and the language is split. It's a great idea. Obviously, it's been mythologized in the Bible, and in the epics of it's been mythologized, and it's probably actually true. However, when you look at all the languages and when they started, it's really hard to find a common ancestor. You just have to look at the European Linear A and Linear B scripts, and then you can see that actually there is, although we don't quite know how they sounded, how they were written was completely different. And because how they are written is how they survive, it gives us a wrong idea looking back through history. But actually, if you're looking for a prime language, there is actually a language that is universal. A language that nearly everyone on the planet can understand. A language that we do actually use, and it's not Esperanto, and we all actually use, and some of us use better than others. We currently still have a common language. We do. And the language is non-verbal. It's body language. The prime language, the apex language, the language before languages, before verbal languages, still exists today, and it's non-verbal. Before we started talking verbally, the only thing we had to go on to understand what people were saying and what their actions were was how they were positioning, how they were poised, how they were positioning themselves, how they were posturing themselves, and the type of, if they were making noises, what type of noises they were making. And if you go from this, it's, as we know today, it's a lot harder to fake these things. We have a whole profession that is designed to fool us into thinking. There's the whole profession called acting. It's designed to express these things, but some actors and actresses are better at verbal communication. But a true actor does both verbal and body communication. You not only need to hear that they are acting, but you need to see that they are acting. Now, it's that body language, the prime language. It's a language people don't, even though it's called body language, we don't really consider it a language these days. Even though it completely is, and it was probably the first language we had to go by. It's the hardest to fake, and it's the one that will often telegraph. It will telegraph what we're about to do. very much tied into how we are thinking. I've often seen if someone's, alcohol's always a loosener of things, but it's quite easy to see when someone's getting annoyed and goes to throw a punch. They have to wind up, and they have to get prepared, otherwise they will do themselves some serious damage. So if someone's going to punch you, just as an example, there are always going to be warning signs. So you have to get psyched up in your head, and that psyching up in your head changes how your body acts. Very similar. Take the opposite end of the spectrum. You want to make love to someone. Again, the change starts in your head, but it goes to all parts of your body. Okay? All the pores open up, the blood rushes to the surface of your skin. Yeah, you get all those tingling feelings. There will be signs in your body language. And again, some of these are unconscious. So, some of them are conscious, body language, some of them are unconscious. As in, you start thinking about them, your body will do them. You start thinking about something, your body will start acting in a certain way. So, actually, in most cases, relying on these things as a good way of knowing what someone is thinking is actually a good call. So, the prime language. We still have one, still exists, and it's here. Body language. 2,000 years ago, 3,000, 5,000 years ago, it still exists.